Good morning, it's Tuesday the 1st of October. This is the Phoenix Blue Morning Update presented this morning by Tom Colley. Busy night in the markets. We had statements from the Bank of Australia and also currently, or we've had the statement from the Bank of Japan, and I believe currently or just about to finish is the press conference from the Bank of Japan. We had some nice moves yesterday on crude, so let's start with the news and then get over to the charts and have a look what's happening. Okay, actually the biggest news overnight wasn't so much the rate statements as these figures that came out of China. This is the manufacturing, which is the government's figure, and the Caixin, which is a private organisation's figure, coming in with a really big number on manufacturing production at 51.2. Anything over 50 is considered growth, and these are the best figures we've seen for 2 years. Now that had a big impact on the Aussie overnight, much bigger impact in fact than the rate statement. We'll have a look at that chart or those charts in a moment. We had the Bank of Japan. They held their policy rate at minus 0.1% as anticipated. Also as anticipated, they have moved their projection for hitting 2% inflation, which is their target, beyond interestingly, beyond Kurada, the bank's president, beyond his term. That's the first time that's happened. That was expected, and we haven't seen so much from the markets because of that. The Aussie held their rates. The comment from the Aussies were they hold the rate because of a brisk housing market, seeing as being more significant than not stagnant, but then lower than expected inflation. So what they're basically saying is they're more concerned about rising house prices and a bubble in property, particularly obviously around the big conurbations in Australia. So that is more significant to them than the fact that inflation's underperforming, but in general, jobs, etc., the economy, they consider to be doing reasonably well. So that was a hold on that basis. We've got the press conference from the Bank of Japan happening as we speak. We've got the French and the Italian bank holidays all day. Not as major and critical as if it was a German bank holiday, but worth being aware of. Will have some reduction in the liquidity of that market. 9:30 we've got manufacturing, PMI for the pound, GDP for the Canadian dollar. That will be an interesting one. The Canadian dollar's banging its head at a level of about 1.34 now due to the continuing dollar strength and a falling crude. It's looking like, well, it's looking in need of a pullback that's not been given the opportunity by those two things. Out of New Zealand, we've got the dairy price index this afternoon. And then 4 o'clock we've got Pollers from the Bank of the Bank of Canada speaking. So obviously that will be interesting in the light of the GDP figures that come out earlier. Then overnight tonight, employment and unemployment out of New Zealand, building approvals and inflation expectations out of New Zealand again. Sorry, the building approvals are out of Australia. So as you can see, a busy day on the news today. Be aware of these if you're in these markets. Assess the amount of risk you've got on the table. Can you get your stops to break even, etc., etc. This will continue because we know we've still got the Fed, the Bank of England, and non-farm payroll this week. So as we said yesterday, and even the back end of last week, a busy week for news. You need to be on your toes and aware of when these events happen. Okay, over to the charts. This is the dollar index. Well, yesterday we had a bullish move for most of the day through the dollar. It fell off into the evening, but in terms of the trading day, having broken below the 98.50, it spent a lot of the day around 98.50. The breakdown was due to Friday night's announcement that the FBI were investigating Clinton's emails once again. But that seems to have stopped weighing the market so much, although we've still got a negative, a bearish stance here after the close of that bar back down at its open. Over on the euro, we saw something somewhat reflecting that. We've come away from these lows here. We've broken through this level of resistance here, and it will look like we're going to be coming back and retesting that. So we'll be watching that potentially for intraday trades long. We are still looking for that pullback of the dollar and looking for that to happen at the same time, to be in confluence with the euro hitting these levels about 1107. Over on the yen, not a lot to report. We had some strengthening yesterday, but we've had the Bank of Japan rate statement. There were no surprises in there, and this market, to be fair, has been a little bit quiet for the last week or so. We've got a level down here about the 103.70 level that we're really interested in buying, potentially in correlation with that pullback on the dollar index. Over on the Aussie, this is where everything happened overnight. We were in this market. This is the 4-hour chart. We got into this market yesterday on this area here. You can see this is my entry and my stop now at break even. Money off the table. No risk left in this trade. But that was all about the news coming out of China. Australia is so dependent on its raw materials being supplied to China, particularly iron ore and coal, which I think I mentioned the other day. There's been a significant price rise in coal, which has dragged iron ore up with it by the steel producing industry in China. So we had an inverted head and shoulders scenario here. We took a retest and we're now well long into this trade. Our target's only up here about 7.7 because we've got this big zone here which we do expect the market to top at. So you know, we've already got money off the table. Will it be a nice trade into this over the next couple of days? Hopefully that will close out at our T2 target. Now the other market that the Aussie had an effect on is the Euro-Oz. Now this is a market that if you're on our mailing list for emails, we have been on more than 2 or 3 occasions since about the 24th of October. We've been calling this market. We've been saying that the market is short. We've got Australian dollar strength relative to a weakness in the euro. We got into this market yesterday afternoon on an intraday trade on this 4-hour chart here. You can see a lovely level through there. And the strength of the move from the Aussie based on that China manufacturing data has put us really nicely into profit here. As I said, this is a trade that we have been calling. We don't call the entries, but we just tell you this is a market that we're watching on 3 or 4 occasions by email. This is a 10-to-1 reward to risk trade. So if we get down to this level here, we will have multiplied our risk by 10 times. Now, if you're not receiving those emails and you'd like to, just pop onto the website phoenixblue.co.uk, go to the contacts page and sign up for the monthly emails. They do come out on monthly basis, but we also update regularly now, so you will see them more often. What we'd also like to know is, if you do get those emails, did you understand what we were saying about this market? Did it make you prepared for the trading opportunity? Please email us, info@Phoenix Blue. Tell us what you understood, if you understood it, if it was great, if you didn't understand it, so that we can learn and provide better information. So any sort of feedback there, much appreciated. If you want those emails, the contacts page of the website. So that's 2 trades that we're taking advantage of that Australian dollar strength. One shorter term on the Aussie US dollar, but this trade will clearly take some time to run if it meets our T2 target down here. We've got stops already at break even, money off the table, profit in the bank. The other market that moved really dramatically yesterday was crude. Crude sold off really strongly, as you can see on this daily chart. This is really on the back of a failure of OPEC to come to any sort of agreement with non-OPEC oil producers about capping production. We were already in this market before yesterday. We got in around the $50 level here. Yesterday we got another entry through $49 on an intraday basis, and just look how that sold off nicely there. And we're currently looking at an intraday trade to get long again further down here. We've taken profits twice. We're on the second half of our trade, we've got profit locked in. In my instance here, I haven't moved my stop to break even. I'll be doing that as soon as I've finished the video, and we're looking to further downside. Down we initially, our T2 target, you can see here, is around the $43, $44 level, but that was before we saw the speed of this sell-off. If we can get down below this trend line, and we get a pullback into here, we potentially could see prices coming even lower. But even so, that'll be a wonderful trade. Comes down there and will kick us off with a nice start to November. We've had a great October here at Phoenix Blue, and an unbelievable start to October. Here we are, the 1st of October, and we've got 3 extremely profitable trades already on the table, with other opportunities in arising from those, and still 30 days to go. Now, if you like what you see, if you want to find out more about Phoenix Blue, 4 hours free trading for you in London, November the 15th. It's in a London hotel. If you pop onto the website, go to the contacts page again, you'll find, go to the events page in this occasion, that's events, you'll see this actual page. If you click through there, leave us your details, we will send you the invitation and all the contact details for that event. Gives you the opportunity to actually trade live alongside the Phoenix Blue managers. It gives you the opportunity to speak to existing Phoenix Blue members who can explain to you how it's moved their trading on to the next level. Interestingly, on the Skype group this morning, we've had a message from one of the newer members who's been with us for 3 months, and we're at the end of his 3rd month, and his comment was 3 months of profit. So the opportunity is here for you to come and find out about that. There's no commitment, and come and have a good afternoon with us. Let's see if we can find a way that we can move your trading forward. Okay guys, that's it for today, the first day of a new month. Have a great day's trading. Be aware of all the news. That's going to be something we're going to be saying all week. Have a great day, and we'll speak to you in the morning. Take care.